Okay, you see that wood there? That wood there. Okay, so I've got one earplug to stay focused, okay? It's just the only way you can narrate out in public. You can see there's people. All right, state the obvious. So let's move on. Okay, so that wood there. I came from the place that I'm staying at. I am not staying at the camp yard. All right, so I've been at the place I'm staying at for a little bit. And I went last night to that wood there. All right, and the person I was talking to at the place I was staying at, let's move away because you know me and the mufflers, you know. I'll not keep to the point and we'll start talking about fucking mufflers or my puffy eyes. Yeah, and if there was a guy I liked, I wouldn't stop talking about him either. So does this sound like a typical chick? And what did I say? I was a typical chick. Let's go down here so we can not have an ear plugged. And we can try to do this with ease. So here's Mount Rainier, right? I'm from here and I have to ask that. Yeah, it is fact. I don't remember, it's been decades. All right, so that wood, which was filmed, that wood there, the big log, okay? So last night, around sunset, right at dusk, I was talking to a man around my age, in the nature of my age, who had been drinking. He just, what facts I can report, we're sticking to facts, is the best way. He just started pouring his heart out to me by where I stay. And that conversation was about his drinking. I still have an earplug because of endless construction noise. So to not start talking about construction noise and mufflers, let's keep an earplug because I fucking hate those two things. All right. So I said something about going to the beach. It had nothing to do with him. And I thought I was going to end the conversation. I tried to do my recovery supportive, a person, you know, a recovering alcoholic is what I am. Let's tell the world my life story again. No, let's not. But I tried to do that and then just go ahead and let him do his life and I was going to go. And then I went to that log, that wood there, and I sat, I was doing my life there. I was gonna meditate, talk to Jesus, pray, whatever the fuck you all know I do. All right. Two thugs, one with a speaker, came out of nowhere and started blasting the speaker as soon as I sat on the log, and then two more came from behind me about 500 feet apart, quarter of a block apart, one here, one and two here, and they both started coming towards me at that log at the same time. And I'm not stupid, okay? So I'm looking behind me, I'm like, no way, man. And one started blasting the speaker right at the same time, and they both started to all come, okay? So I get up, I'm like, fucking you people think I'm really fucking stupid. They do, they all do. It's been patterned for years. And so I looked up and guess who was coming? He wasn't part of it. He had followed me to the log. The guy that was talking to me and pouring his heart and soul out followed me. He just decided to follow me there. So I see these thugs approaching with some bullshit, which I've seen in DC, I've seen in Virginia. Fucking don't make me list it. Illinois, where else have I seen this? New York City, where else, motherfucker? Where's Uncle Frank? Where's Uncle Mike? Uncle Mike ain't home. It's because of your thugs and the stupid shit you did. Uncle Mike don't live there no more. For anybody who isn't aware of Uncle Mike, it's the 5 family Italian mafiosos, okay? Ain't no Uncle Mike no more, okay? You're fucking barbarians and you got what you deserved. Okay, so, and that includes the Russian mob. You get it best of all, Putin. I'm going to show you what America's about, Putin. Jesus told me to do that today. Remind you what country we're in and what we're about. That is an American mountain. That is Mount Rainier, wherever it is. So my friend had followed me to the beach on U.S. soil. We're in America. Okay, it's that log there. Okay, I look up. You can't really see. They were coming, these guys, from there, like this. And I was there on the log. And there's my friend, fucking half drunk, completely oblivious to it, following me to the fucking woods there. So I know. And that was God. Okay, so hear this out. I gotta cram this in, okay? Because I want this to go under like 15 minutes. So I've got all this stuff that I'm used to. I've been dealing with that for a long time, that kind of Uncle Mike shit. My friend's following me. He's fucking drunk. He has no idea. And this is what I wanted to say. I'm going to put this into the headline here. It's going to say, I hear you, Port Townsend. I hear you. And don't forget, I'm from here. I was born in Washington State, but I've been gone for over 20 years. All right. So we moved to the bench because I was getting away from that log at that point with Uncle Mike zooming in every way. And we went to that bench over there where that person is sitting. Log. Bench. I thought that was clear. We were clear there. And my friend was oblivious. He's completely intoxicated. And he starts crying. He's a tough guy, okay? He's not a baby guy. In no way at all. And I knew this guy is doing a first step. This guy, I'm doing a first step with somebody for the first time ever. Okay, so let me get this clear to the audience who might be listening. I have not walked around Port Townsend or talked to anybody here until the 12th of June. 5 days later, on the 17th of June, I did my first step with somebody. And by the next morning, he was on his way to rehab because he agreed to let me help him. And it's not me. He did it. He went to rehab. I saw him this morning on the 18th walking down Water Street, and he was calling to me, and I looked and I saw it was him, and so I gave him a hug and I said, today's the 18th, it could be your sobriety birthday. And he's with another man who I knew was coming on the 17th, but he actually did it. He actually went with this man who took him on a ferry to a lovely little inpatient place. But that's the last thing I said to him, and I hope I see him again, and I hope he actually gets some sober time. I said, today could be your AA birthday. It could be your sober birthday. And so far it is, if he fulfilled his promise and got on the ferry and actually went in there. But I spent from 9 to 11 p.m., 2 hours in a first step with him. And we talked about God, and he cried and cried and cried on that bench. I told him that I had 18 years. So I need to correct that. I have 14 or 15 years. 16 years. It's because I had a 2-year relapse. And the relapse was on beer, just beer, alcohol, okay? But it cut my date off. So, but the 18 years really matters to me. And so I tell on Facebook, the internet, my life story on internet, on the Wi-Fi, my life story on the internet. I say 18 years, but it's actually like 15, 16 years. I need to figure it out. I forget, but it's the truth. I've not picked up in like 16 years. I relapsed on beer, thinking I could still drink, and I don't want to tell my life story anymore. But I told him that 18 years because I thought I would do my Facebook story, but when he comes back, I'll tell him, look, it was 16 or whatever. He won't care because he'll have some sober time, and it won't be a Facebook. It'll be the truth. I have 15 years. But I did my first step, and to my recollection, I first stepped somebody. He followed me and he wouldn't let me go for 2 hours. He kept saying, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you. There was like 2 other people that were trying to talk to him. One of them was a guy that he knew, and he said, no, I want to talk to Heidi. He was literally saying that. I want to talk to her. And then I called the EMS because he agreed to it. And then he got scared and he ran back in away from them. And it's okay, I'm sure that happens. But for me, I'd never done anything like that because he agreed to it. Because he said he didn't feel very good. There was reason. And so he ran away, and I told the EMS that he was afraid that they were going to take him by force, or et cetera, and they just asked me some basic medical check questions, and I said, oh no, he's okay. And so they felt comfortable with wheeling their ambulance back out and off. But I did the whole thing, man. I did 2 hours of outreach, first step, crisis line, EMS, and the next day, an incredible guy who got massive experience doing what I only did just last night. This guy does it all the time. He came and got him, and he took him down Water Street to that ferry and to Rehab. And I was able to see him. It was God again. Me and this guy, right? I was able to see him. He was calling me, but I was too far ahead and I couldn't tell. But something made me turn around, and it was him. And I was able to say, this could be your sobriety date. Like, I got mine that it don't change, you know? It's actually November 9th or the 11th. I need to double check this, but God forgive me. I forget. I've been kind of out of the loop. But I never drink. I never picked up. But we're going to get all that corrected because I got like 15 or 16 years, something insane. It's not more than that, though. The 18 is just the Facebook. The 18 is when I put down my 2-year binge. I don't want to tell my life story. It's not right to always do that, because this is about this guy. But telling my life story did help because the guy was insisting on talking to me. And I kept saying, well, you should talk to this guy. There was another man there. Towards the last hour of the first step that I was doing with him. And he said, no, I want to talk to you. He wanted to talk to me. I was like, well, I told him, well, you're going to have to eventually talk to other guys in the program. It can't always be me or someone that you feel good with. It's how it works. I have to talk to women. Men have to talk to men. And he wasn't ready for that. And he wasn't ready for the AA. And I did it really good. I did not push the AA. I told him I do it. I told him I love it. I told him that's how I have this much time. But I didn't tell him, you must go. Don't do that. And I learned it last night. And it was everything in my stomach said, don't do that to him. And it worked because I got him to go to rehab the next day. So what I know from my time in the planet, is that's called the first step, and that's called outreach. And I did it within 5 days of walking around the city. I wasn't looking to do that. No, so Port Townsend, I hear you. Whatever you are here, you just spoke to me, okay? I mean, how can I not hear that? So today is my 6th day walking around. What next? My prayers this morning was go to AA today. Go at 5 o'clock. Go to AA. Because he wasn't letting me. My guardian angel wasn't letting me go. Because I wanted to see the last couple of days. I was like, I could use a meeting. It was a no. He said, no, drink water. No, no. Right. And then Uncle Mike and all that crap. Okay, but I can go now. And I'm supposed to go, every day. So they'll get used to me. I'm not going to be talking there. No, I don't particularly like a lot of the people in the city. So I really got to feel that meeting. Really got to feel it before I start sharing, because I don't know if I even want to do that. But even if you're sitting at a meeting with a whole bunch of people that you don't particularly care for, as long as they're not breaking laws in there and committing felony fucking offenses, try to sit through the meeting, okay? And that's what my archangel wants me to do. So today, after I just did an outreach and a first step, because I got him to admit he was an alcoholic, I got him to start crying. He was crying, but we all do it. I did it. Everybody who recovers starts to cry. You can't help it. You're in so much fucking pain. We'll talk about it later. And then he went to rehab the next day. I did it here in Port Townsend. It was the first time I ever did it, and I couldn't believe it. I'm going to go because I don't want this to hang up on me. Goodbye.